Right, let's go live. Afternoon, guys and girls, to the pro tier training that we're going to go through this afternoon with yourself. Bit of a strange one for me and Andy doing an afternoon session with you guys. It's obviously normally a Wednesday night, but with the pro tier launch that we had last Friday and being continued into this weekend as well, we thought best way of doing it was to get a live going for you guys this afternoon, and we'll go through how to do the each way no lay side of things, how to do the normal EP side of things, what the EVs mean, and all the other little tweaks and twerks that we've got on the new Pro Master Extra Play side of things. And I'll do a quick run through of the 2-Up Master after that as well for you guys. So, Andy, afternoon to you, mate. Good to see you again.
How you doing, pal?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Can't grumble.
Yeah, apologies for guys that have had an issue with the Black Friday deals first thing this morning. Still some amazing offers that we've got there for members for Platinum annuals, Diamond annuals, the Pro Tier annual, which is a stupidly ridiculous price at the moment of just $495 for the year. But we've also got a monthly option that's available now for the Pro Tier for those that just still sitting on the fence a little bit, maybe want to have a play around with it for a month from that side of things. But we've got loads and loads of great offers running for this official Black Friday weekend, as it is now, with Thanksgiving being over in the good old USA this weekend. Some great American football results last night coming through for some of the guys as well that I know about. So yeah, what we're going to do, I say, is go through the Pro Tier stuff. But if you got any questions about the Black Friday side of things, please just email them into us guys at support@outplayed.com, or jump on the Facebook Messenger side of things as well. We'll happily answer those for you there. So this afternoon, we just want to concentrate on the Pro Tier side of things for you guys and get as many questions through as we possibly can with regards to that side of things. So, Andy, do you want to kick off with the each way no lay side of things that we can now?
Give me 1 second.
Do.
I'm just finishing the last pinned post.
No problem at all, mate.
Let me just make sure.
Any questions you guys get or got about the Pro Tier at all? Drop into the comments, and we'll happily that. We've also got, very fortunately from our side of things, one of the developers having a look through comments as well for us. Dom, who's one of the brains behind the new Extra Place Master and the 2-Up Master as well. So if it's something that's a little bit out of our remit, a little bit deeper than what we can answer for you guys, then Dom's on hand to answer that. If he doesn't get an answer to you straight away with regards to it, there will be follow-up comments going out throughout the day on the Facebook post for answers to those questions. So do sort of just bear with us. There might be something that he's got a word a little bit different from what he would explain it to others with regards to that side of things. But as always, we will get those questions answered for you. So are you ready now, Mr. Coops?
Yeah, mate, we've got both up pinned, and I can see we've got a lot of people online. So I think a lot of people have been talking about the each way no lay. So I'm going to go through that bit with you. I'm just going to try and share my screen. Give me a sec. Come on. Share screen. And we'll have a look at the EP Master. Can you see that okay, mate?
It's still loading up at the moment, mate. So, yep, there we go. There it is.
Yeah, there
the
it is.
New slinky, streamlined Extra Place Master. I do love the presentation of that, I must admit.
So, as it's set up at the moment, it's showing all the bookmakers, all the Extra Place all the races that are available today that we could have a little go with. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to select me bookies just down to Sky. I couldn't really have like 30 bookies open on a page. So I've got a Sky that's gubbed. It's pretty bashed up, but I should be able to get some bets on with it. So let's just get to the bookies filter, bookie, and I just wanted to show me options for Sky. So, oh come on. Oh, scroll down. Sky bet. Apply. Right, so now it's running me through everything that's just on Sky bet at the moment. Let's get to no light. Here we go. So these are all the ones that the algorithm is suggesting I take. I'm sorry, I've got all the bookies back there again because I've gone from full light to no light. Let's just bring that down to Sky again. Right, there we go. So, I mean, with this, I'm only really going to be sticking to the bigger meetings. I don't really want to touch Dundalk. I don't really want to touch Irish horse racing at all. The bookies don't like you betting on it unless it's a big Irish festival. I tend to stay well clear of them. We've got the Southern meeting tonight as well, which is a pretty small meeting that really shouldn't attract a lot of interest from major punters. So again, it's one I'd probably stick clear of. So I've got Haydock and Ascot. Now I've got some nice horses showing up already for Haydock. The first one being Emitom, which is showing me EV of 126. The recommended EV we should be going for is anything between 110 and 120. This one's a little bit above, but because it's on a gubbed account, I'll be taking that one anyway. So let me just see if we can take us to that race. The 1420. This should be popping up. Hold on. Uh, 1420. I don't know. Can you see the 1420 there, Treads? Is that coming up?
It's not showing on the screen. Obviously, it opens up in a brand new tab next to you.
Right, okay,
so
don't worry about it.
I don't know if you've just selected just the tab that you're on at the moment for your screenshot.
Yeah,
it takes you directly to opens up another tab for you on there, so it'll just take you directly to that race anyway.
Yeah, one sec. Let's just close that page down. StreamYard Studio. Stop screen. Right, I'll do it again. So present. Share screen. Right, so the one it picked was Emitom. So we're going to go to that race now. And I can share that. There we go. So this is one for Emiton. So we're going to put £2.50 each way on that. Just going to put a small one on because this is just examples. But that bet's successfully on now. I'm just going to go back to Extra Place Master again. We've got one Zigul. Again, this one it's 115%. it's a high rated course. It's at Ascot, so 115%. I'm happily going to take that one again. So that's 2 o'clock at Ascot. Let me just link back to that. Ascot. Where is it? There it is. It's a goal. Just going to do the same with that one. Just £2.50 each way. Now the extra place master. If you can't see it, it is taking me directly to the races. It's only because I can only share one race, one screen at a time, and it's getting awfully fiddly just to show it. But I am putting them on, and then I'll do one more. Let's see if I can share that screen. Back to extra place master. There's one at 14:20 Haydock, which is the same race. And normally you might think putting two bets on the same race might be a bit iffy, but it's at Haydock and it's a Friday race, so that should be okay, even on a normal account. But like I said, this one is pretty bashed up anyway. But we'll still get this one on. Let's get this one on. So go to 14:20 Haydock. Just give me a sec. Oh, this has been a right palaver. I'm so used to doing this on my phone. And for some reason, Haydock seems to have vanished.
Yeah, somebody just said that 14:20 at Haydock. Is Haydock tomorrow?
Is it?
Here's, I'm just going on Sky now. I can't see Haydock showing.
No, it looks like I put one on tomorrow. But it don't mean any different because the EV is still there. Let me just see if I can find another one at Ascot.
Yeah, Haydock's tomorrow.
Right, so
we've had a question.
I've got nothing else showing there at the moment. But we'll come back to that. Let's unshare that screen then, and then I can go back to it. I can go back to that in a few minutes. But we have got a couple of questions. The 14:20 don't exist yet. It's one for tomorrow. Let's have a look at this one. One of the main frustrations with RPT that it's slow and behind bookies exchange. Can the developer quantify how much quicker the new tool is? It's seconds. Like you just seen with when I've gone over to, I've followed the odds, and the odds are exactly the same as what they're quoting. It's a completely different thing. It's like comparing a Mini Metro to a Ferrari. The difference between the two tools. I mean, I know they did a lot of beta testing, and all you can find all the bump about that on the forum, and we can link that in as well. But for me, every time I've used it, if the price says it's 33 to 1 or 34 decimal, it is 33 to 1 or 34 decimal. I've yet to catch it out. So it is what it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. It is a lot quicker than what it previously was.
You found the same as well with the football one on the 2-ups as well, because they can be pretty quick to move. But if it's giving you the price of say 2.2 or 2.3, 2.4, whatever, then you are getting that 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. If the price changes, because it's got an auto refresh, the auto refresh, I set mine at 30 seconds, but you can keep on pressing refresh if you want. But I find the 30 seconds works well enough for me. Just a quick one. Do EPs worked on all gubbed accounts? Not all, but 95% of them. It's Bet Victor. They definitely don't do them. Boyle Sports, that's an odd one because sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. With me, they didn't, but with other account holders, they have done.
Yeah, Boyle still worked on mine for
Yeah,
EPs for about 3 months after being gubbed, and then suddenly just got switched off. So I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but it was still able to do EPs for a little while on there. So it is a bit of a strange one.
yeah. I found out by just, but it's a pretty big one, and that's the way I found out that I was gubbed, which was a bit of a bummer. If I have state restricted accounts, is this of use? I suppose it just depends on how state restricted you are. If you're state restricted to pennies, I've got a mate who still does these with pennies and just makes them into doubles, trebles, and Yankees, and he has some absolutely monumental results with them. It really does.
Yeah,
Bonker. So you
yeah,
can still do it with
lucky
pennies.
15s.
Yeah,
Absolutely great for doing lucky 15s from these, which is another part that's been introduced to Next Place Master later on in the year, possibly beginning of next year as well, with regards to that, which is going to be another great addition to the software as well. So yeah, state restricted, do them as doubles and trebles. You're still getting the EV value from them from
yeah.
that side of things. So yeah, definitely worth doing on that if down to pennies, a couple of pounds. Definitely worth doing. And sometimes, and it's going to sound really, really daft saying this, doing those doubles and trebles with a couple of pennies, sometimes they up the stake restriction for you. So you find that actually where you're only getting a quid on, you might actually get £1.50 on a couple of months later. It's just really strange with regards to that side of things.
Yeah, and you can always get on bigger stakes when you get the class one races, class two races. They'll always let you get a bit more of a stake on every now and then.
Your class fours and fives on a Wednesday in Wetherby, you probably are going to be down to a few pence on that side of things. But yeah, fully understandable why you would be. But your class ones, Cheltenham Festival, Goodwoods, all that sort of thing. Yeah, you will find that your stakes are a little bit higher than that side of things.
Yeah, definitely with Cheltenham. It's not like a bookie not to want your money. So they do tend to let the rules go a bit more lax on the big festivals. Cheltenham being the biggest of all. But yeah, there's always a couple of little ways of getting some extra stakes on. Even this bashed up Sky, you can still get to a £500 extra place on it. Which is probably going to pay you out about somewhere between £1,800 if you're at the extra place. So yeah, even with bashed up accounts, you can still make money. The best one for me is probably Paddy Power. They just seem to let you keep on abusing it until you actually process a withdrawal, and that can sometimes set it off. But my original Paddy, ridiculously, it's still going after 9 years. I can only get small stakes on it now, but I've took so much money out of it. It's hardly surprising. And then I know it's a question that a lot of people asked when we mentioned the Pro Tier, that there was no solid data out there. I mean, me and Chris saw this working in the background, and we're using it. We know how good it is. But from next month, they're going to be keeping a whole lot of data. So all you guys that are asking questions about it, before you make your mind up and go ahead and jump in with Pro, and you want to see some data, that's fair enough. You don't have to take our word for it. They will be keeping a log of everything. I assume that's probably going to be on the forum. I don't know if it's going to be on the website. I'd assume it would be on the forum. So you can go and see everything that was recommended, everything that came in, how much the EV line is above or below, what was predicted, and hopefully using that, you'll find that it's a tool worth having. I'll just take this one, Chris. What percentage EV would you suggest for going for no lays? So if it's a healthy account, let's say you've got a healthy Sky account. If it was a Friday or a Saturday or any televised racing, then anything between 110, 120%, that's a pretty good range to aim for. You do see some ridiculous ones with, say, 170, 180, 200. With those, I'm probably only going to be taking those on a really smashed up account like that Sky. I wouldn't dare do one on a really fresh, brand new, healthy Bet365 because that's going to Bet365 would not take kindly to seeing those bets come in on every half hour or every hour. They would soon stamp down on you. But like on a smashed up account, they'd be fine. But going back to that question, yeah, anywhere between 110 and 120 on a normal TV day or a Friday or a Saturday or a festival day, between 110, 120. Above that, and try and stick to the gubbed accounts. Or if you've got like a small account that you don't use a lot, maybe something like Coral or BetMGM, you could probably use them and just take as much value out of them as you possibly can. But yeah, that's what I'd be aiming at.
Yeah, definitely. And so keeping on the festivals and the percentage side of things, I mean, Cheltenham, I know we've still got 4 or 5 months until Cheltenham hits us, but you guys are going to be seeing percentages up in 160s, 170s, possibly even 200s with regards to that. And during that festival period, that's what we would expect because there's just so much more money going into the Cheltenham Festival. I mean, it's literally millions of pounds a day that gets fed into that event alone. So those EV percentages are going to be a lot higher during that festival, and during that you will be able to get on those higher percentages. Obviously, before Cheltenham hits, we will be having a run through of the Pro again for members, and also then advising and having a look at what's actually happening from that side of things. But with regards to the EV side of things, yeah, the percentages definitely 110, 120 on fresh accounts. On a battered gubbed account, doesn't really matter. Is the quick answer with regards to that side of things. So Andy's done a couple of no lay bets there for this afternoon. I'm just going to call up the extra place masters myself now for the play side of things. I'll share my screen with regards to that. Share screen. It's that one I want. You see that up on there, Andy?
It's just loading, and there we go. Yeah, it's there, mate.
So with the Express, we've got the full lane for it. Obviously, we always used to speak about implied odds on the old X Place catcher, which yes is still relevant, but it doesn't give us the edge like the extra place master does. Still keeping to IOs if you're just doing the normal extra place catcher, absolutely fine to do. But with the place master, we now have an added edge to it in the fact that it's now looking at all of the information with regards to all of the horses that are in that race and the odds that are there for every single horse. So it's not just doing an IO calculation, which is done on odds multiplied by odds to give the implied odds side of things from it. It's now taken into consideration the amount of horses that are in the race. It's taken into consideration what the payouts are for those races, what the exchange places are for it from that side of things as well. So that then can give us a calculation of an estimated value for that particular horse, and also what its extra place chance landing is as well. So we're getting so much more information to us to increase our our extra place chances with regards to the bets that we are placing. So on the full lay mode, again, it's exactly the same with the no lay side of things. On you've got to still look at what meetings are there in regards to that day. It's like got showing at the top there, Chepstow. In fact, that should actually be cleared. This is a feature that I just need to refresh. So just pressing the refresh button there will just freshen up everything that's already run. Because on the no lay side of things, we can actually remove the past events from there. There's a little button that's on that side of things that just removes all of the horses that have run or have literally just started. So let's say it was 20 past 2 in the afternoon, and Emerton was still showing there. We just need to remove that past event, and it'll take that away from the form that you're seeing there. So that's not available on the full lay mode side of things, but all we need to do is just refresh that, and it brings up all the current horses that are available. Now, as you're saying about the EV, sorry, Andy, go on.
Back in a sec, man. Somebody at the door.
Oh, right, somebody at Andy's door, so left me to it. That's no problem at all. So again, we're looking at the EV side of things with regards to this, and personally, and it's sort of the guidance really that we're looking at is that we want to be looking at an EV of over 104% really with regards to this, and again, not really going above 115, 120% sort of mark with regards to an extra place on a healthy account. Again, if it's a unhealthy account, you can still get your extra places on there if you've been gubbed and been restricted on there. Then just go hell for leather on it basically, and just go on the whatever EV that you can for it on that side of things. So as Andy was saying, sort of the Southall meeting tonight's not really a great one to be getting on, but the 2 o'clock at Ascot is a great one to be getting on. 117% for the EV showing there. We've also got it showing what the extra place chance is for that particular horse. So Zyguli or Zyguli, however you want to pronounce that, has got an actual 13.3% chance of falling in the extra place with that bookmaker. So got a really good chance of doing so. We're obviously still showing the IO that's on there. People have just asked for that for the while they're still transitioning across, and some people still like to see that IO there as well. Then we've got the odds on there. This is the bookmaker with the exchange win odds, and also then the extra place odds that are there through the matchbook exchange with regards to that. And we know that Sky are paying 4 places on this race, so that'll just be 3 at the exchange for it. And again, all it is a case of doing is just clicking. There's 2 ways of doing it actually. The easiest way that I find, because then you'll be able to put your stakes in and from that side of things, is just clicking on the calculator on the left hand side there. This then tells you which exchange is going to be at, which booking it's at, telling you if you're betting £10 each way, what your total stakes at odds of 15, what your liability is going to be with regards to that, and then also what the lay place stake needs to be and what the liability needs to be for that as well. Then it also tells us what our qualifying loss will be based on the £10 each way, and it also tells us what our profit will be if it does land in that extra place. But we can always change those stake levels, so I've just changed that down to 5, which then obviously just recalculates for you what the lay win needs to be, what the lay place needs to be for it, what the qualifying loss is, and what the extra place would be for that. As is not always the case. That's probably the wrong way to put it. But the majority of the cases, if I'm doing an each way on a healthy account, so if it's a Friday or a Saturday with a healthy Sky account, I would always be doing that stake in multiples of 5, just so I mix in with the rest of the punters crowd from that side of things. If I was doing it on a stake restricted Sky, for example, if I was stake restricted to £4.95 or something on that Sky, I would be using that full amount to the penny for it. The Sky that I've got, my good lady has kindly let me use the Sky for this demonstration from there, which is a Gov to Sky account, so no problem on that side of things. But there's no stake restriction on it, so I'll just be doing that at £5 for it. Then all I need to do is just click on the Sky Bet icon that's there, and it takes me directly to that race, which is the 2 o'clock at Ascot. All I need to do then is just scroll down to the horse, which is there, number 6, Siguli. Oh, odds have actually dropped 13. So what I need to do is just close that off, do a quick refresh. That actually happened within seconds. And we can see there quite clearly it's updated to the odds of 13. So the odds are exactly the same. Drop the EV down to 104.9%, but I'm still really happy with that. So I'd still be doing £5 each way bet on that, which is still there. So I'll just click on the 13 as you always would, do £5 each way for it, and place the bet. Simple as that. Then just go back to the extra place master with regards to that. And the exchange to be using for this one is Smarkets. As we know, we don't get 0% commission with Smarkets anymore. So the 2% commission is already built in for the lay side of things, for the win, and also for the place as well. Again, we just click on that icon. Now, I don't have a Smarkets account at the moment. I got a sale done on mine quite some time ago with regards to that. So I'm not able to use my Sky at the moment. The only issue, and it's one that you really, really got to be careful of with regards to this, is for some unknown reason, when you click on the link, it always takes the odds back down to 2, which nobody knows the reason why. It is being looked into, but they don't know why that is for it. But you can still quickly find the horse there. It's taken me near enough straight to it. So I'll just click on the price there and just quickly double check what that would be. Again, the odds have just changed on that to 17. So I can do a manual change on there, which is just changed it there. So it would be a lay of £3.83 for that side of things. So I'd have done £3.83 on there. As I say, I haven't got a Smarkets account at the moment, so we'll be just leaving that one for it. And then if I go back to the extra place master,
can you actually show us the extra place? That's it. We were just looking at Sky, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I've just realised because I'm only sharing one tab at a time. It was just showing on there, but yeah, with the lay the place side of things, it's just showing there on the right hand side. You've got exchange lay the place. Again, you just click on the Smarkets logo, and it loads up the 3 places for it, and then the odds of 4. So just make sure that you click on the odds of 4, so it changes over in your Smarkets bet slip. Let's just change that again. Just go back to the extra place master. Actually, it's showing me odds of 3.75 there, so it's changed while I've been on here, not doing the refresh. But you can see that the lay stake for that would be £4.27. So we would just go into there and we just put our £4.27 into there. And that is our extra placed, basically. So yeah, it is so simple to use from that side of things. All the buttons are there. You just got to make sure that the odds, because we are literally 25 minutes away from the race, the odds will be changing quite frequently now from that side of things. So just need to make sure that the refresh is happening, because once you've done that selection for it, the refresh obviously switches off, so you can actually concentrate on what the lay stakes and what the odds are for it. But you can just quickly manually change that in that calculator, as I've shown from that side of things. So it is literally a 2-second job for it. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely love this new software, being having the option to still do extra places when I want to, and also being able to do the each way no lay side of things as and when I want to as well. So I've got the best of both worlds from it. We know each way no lay in the long term is the most profitable way of doing this side of things. They've been big take from everywhere and anywhere over many years, and such like prove that each way no lay is the most profitable long term. However, we know that there will be downswings from it. There are always downswings from it. You might go through a period where you've had a major upswing and you've hit 40, 50, 60 placed horses and made a great profit from it. We know that at some point that's going to have a downswing for it, and the mentality that you need for this is the most important part for it. If you can get the mentality side of things right for it, you're onto an absolute winner from this side of things.
What do we always say, Tread? What's that one thing we always say? It's just numbers on a screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's not actually cash money till you actually withdraw it and spend it. It's just numbers on a screen. I think that's the mentality you have to have, and it's the same with those that are lovers of casino and do high risk offers. I know a lot of them. It's not for me. I'm just not into casino. That's not saying it's a bad thing. I just enjoy watching sports, and that's it. I love sports. You could put me in front of the telly watching any sport. I'm as happy as Larry. But even using the auto clicker, I do find casino a little tedious. The only offer I do is the Betfred, bet 10, get 10 free spins, because that's done me really good over the last couple of years. That's the only one to stick to. But like Chris has said, you have got to be prepared for the downswings as well as the upswings. But I've got a really good mate of mine. He's been doing this each way no lay for the last 3 years solid. It's the only thing he does. He does nothing bar this. He started off in match betting, got a big bank up, and then after that he got onto each way no lay. The variance is higher, but his bank's big enough to absorb it. And some of the wins that he sends me through are astronomical. They do take your head, take a bit of while to get your head around them. But it's what I'll be doing now. Even at Cheltenham, I think this year will be my first each way no lay at Cheltenham. We've both got a personal friend who did it last year, and he had some stunning results, didn't he?
Oh, mate, got me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, myself and Andy have got quite a few mutual friends that do this, but one that does stand out for us, when he showed some of the bet slips and the profit that he made from Cheltenham from doing each way no lay, I think we sat for about 10 minutes with him. I was just gobsmacked at what it turned over from it. But it's like Andy said, he's got bankroll to be able to do it. I've known him go weeks and weeks and weeks without hitting anything at all. Then all of a sudden he'll just pop up in on a WhatsApp message with me. Hey Traders, how you doing, mate? Just hit this today. It's like, right, that's just made up for the past 4 or 5 months that you've been going on a downswing for. But yeah, it is a long-term aspect that you've got to look at this for. It's not something to think, oh, I've done 12 each way no lay bets and none of them have come in. It's an absolute waste of my time and effort. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Anything that's value wise, it's anything that's each way no lay, even casino side of things, you've literally got to be looking at thousands upon thousands upon thousands of offers and EV pluses that have got to be taken into consideration for this side of things. It's almost an infinity number, to be honest with you. But obviously, the more data that you've got, you can see the EV line from it. So still harping about the casino, because in a way it is sort of similar with the EV side of things. We've had members that have literally gone 12 months of being below the estimated value line for casino side of things, and then all of a sudden they've hit that one win and boom, they're way above it because they have gone through the thousands and thousands of offers that are there to do it. And it's exactly the same with each way no lay. You've got to do thousands upon thousands of bets to see that positive EV actually come into fruition for yourself on that side of things.
And just going back to extra places, I think, and I've made no secret of this, I think my worst run on, but I know it is, my worst run on extra places was 65 races without hitting one. And you see people, we see people on the Facebook groups and also in the forum, and they might have done extra places and done like say 3 or 4 of them, and none of them's come in, and they say, well, you know, this is no good for me, I'm just losing money. And it's just part of the process. After losing that 65 on the bounce, I hit 1, I think I hit 2 the next day, and I hit 2 or maybe 3 the next day after that, and that had already cancelled out all those qualifying losses that had been done. If you get somebody like me or traders or anybody, any of the old heads, anybody that's been doing this for 2 or 3 years, and they say that extra places are still worth doing, you know, there are bookies out there that's still offering you 3, 4 extra places on big races, and this is just it's almost rude not to take them up on the offer. With Skybet, some of the terms are really, really generous to us punters, us match betters, Bet365. They're really good with extra prices. William Hill, Paddy Power. If there's any accounts you were going to look after, those would be the ones. Keep them saved up for nice big meetings like Cheltenham, and you can still make a pretty penny just doing normal extra places. If you want to go the old like, then you go each way no lay. That's what I'll be doing this year at Cheltenham. I just can't be staring at the extra place catcher at 5 o'clock in the morning like I've been doing for the last few years. It'd be a case of getting up at say normal time 8 o'clock. Because I was looking this morning because I know we got the live planned, and there was one each way no lay that was 258%. There was another couple that were well in the 200s, and it would be just so much easier getting all these down over Cheltenham rather than having this massive scrolling A5 pad with the races down, what horses are covered, what horses aren't covered, with what bookies. It's just going to make life. Not only will I have a better line, but it's going to make life 100 times easier because I know. Don was saying they're bringing up a thing with the results as well, which is going to make it 1,000 times easier to find out where your horse has finished, whether it's finished in the extra place or if it's just placed. Or for me, if I was doing each way no lay, if it's won, placed, or lost, which would be a great advancement. I don't think anybody's got anything like that out there, have they? Not that I know of. I might be wrong.
No, I've not seen anything elsewhere. Obviously, we get updates from quite a lot of the members of what companies have got what software at the moment, and are we comparable to this? Are we comparable to that? And there isn't anywhere that's got software anything like this at all. So yeah, we're yet again outplayed are a step ahead of everybody with regards to this side of things. And with this Black Friday pricing at the moment of just 495 for the year, that's what, 40 quid a month, just slightly over. It's an absolute no-brainer for me. Even if you're just doing extra places, you're not even looking at each way no lay at the moment. It's something that you're still trying to get your head round, or still trying to want, for the sake of what works out £40 a month, to have software like this with that extra place master that's now there, so you can do the lay side of things. The partial lay is being worked on as we speak, and that should be hitting us fairly soon from that side of things, which is going to be yet another great advantage that we're going to have over everybody else with regards to that side of things. So yeah, for the 495 price at the moment, it's absolutely brilliant. And obviously, all of us that are in the CS side of things, we can answer your questions if you've got any via email and such like. And again, as it always is, we've got guys in the background that if we don't know the answer to it, they will. So the likes of Ollie, but we've also got the developers, Dom and Damo, that we can go to as well if it's something that's a little bit out of the norm that we need to ask. But also touching on what's coming soon, what wants to be added to the new extra place matchup for you guys, because see, we've all got our own thoughts of what's needed on there, but at the end of the day, it's for you guys to use. So if there's anything that you want adding, we've just I think it's only today actually, I'll share my screen again. Added a new section to the forum, which hopefully you guys can see. Yep, which is a weekly software update. This isn't just for the extra place master at all. It's for everything that's going on outplayed with regards to the software and everything else from that side of things. So we've got on there what new tools are coming on the extra place master, with what the updates are happening with regards to that side of things. So the safe horse functionality for no lay. We're also going to be putting Kelly staking on there. Kelly Crichton is probably the correct way of doing value betting when it comes to each way no lay side of things. So Kelly Crichton formula that's been going around for years on that side of things. You guys don't have to worry about learning it or understanding it at all. We are putting a Kelly staking calculator into the system, so it shows you the optimum stakes that you should be putting on based upon the odds of the horse and the number of runners, so on and so forth, and loads of other calculations that go in the background. But that's being added as an automated feature coming soon. Automatic trash results being tracked, as Andy said earlier. Double and triple extra places to be highlighted, and a functionality from there. So that's just some of the things that we've already spotted with the extra place master that need updating and are being worked on. Then we've got about a 2-up master, the new Price Boost Pro that's coming in the new year, and then also an update on the existing tools that we've already got. So, excuse me, the extra, the Akka Catcher, and so on and so forth. So if you guys have got any questions or want something added to the current software that we've got, any modifications, that's the place to put it in. And Dom is putting into there every single week. I think it's going to be a Friday that it's going to be updating it. I can't actually guarantee what day of the week it will be, of what we've done over that week, what's been updated from that side of things, and what we need to be updating as and when on that side of things. So it's keeping you guys informed of what's happening with regards to that side of things. So it's another great addition that's being put onto the Outplayed site for members to to get involved with us in a more direct sort of way of what they want and what's needed to be done from that side of things.
Yeah, and I know one of the big things that the customers, our members, have always asked for has been to highlight the races that are offering multiple extra places. I think that might have been one of the most often asked questions whenever we were talking about extra places. But yeah, it's great to know that they've listened to you and they're going to be making a highlight of it, so you can see if Sky are paying extra 3 places, or Paddy paying an extra 2, or William Hill, or whoever. It's going to be great to have that just showing up for you guys. Right, I don't know if have we lost you, Treaders? Are you still there?
No, I'm still here, mate.
Yeah,
still
sorry,
here.
I thought you'd gone. So I'm just going to go see if...
No, do you want to have a quick... I haven't nipped off yet.
Do you want to have a quick roll through the 2-up, and then we can just go have a quick fire round with a few questions?
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to do, mate. Sounds absolutely perfect. So the 2-up master, let me share my screen with regards to that 2-up master. 2-up master. This is personally my favourite bit of kit that's been added on there. As you probably know, I do a lot of 2-up side of things for any of you guys that have watched any of the lives previously. Myself and Oz do a heck of a lot of 2-ups. It's one of the things that we've done for quite some time, and I've obviously produced stats over the periods of time for what games are full turnarounds and so on and so forth. So this, when they were saying they were bringing out this 2-up master, I was really, really intrigued by it. And when it came out, I was like, yeah, I can now get my head around this fully and see the major advantages of it. It still works on similar to the extra place master of having a estimated value for it based upon the odds that are there and other factors that are taken into it, many other algorithms that are there. But what we've also managed to do using historical data of the teams and another 1,001 different factors in there is actually put in what the full turnaround percentage chance is based on those stats. So it gives us a further edge to what we had previously. So we're not just looking at, oh, that's a really close match of 9 and 9.2, for example. It's showing on the Hamburg versus Braunschweig game that's happening this evening at 5:30. Previously, I would have been all over that like flies around honey, with the odds being a great match at 9 and 9.2. That's a superb match from there. Now that's hitting up in the high 98s, 97s, 98s, quick calculation off the top of my head for that side of things. So on the old 2-up side of things, which again is still perfectly usable, perfectly fine to do it from that side of things, is a great match to get on. However, I now know that using this other information and the algorithms that have been put into place, that this game has actually got a positive EV for it as well of 115.1%. And I also know that there's a 2.12% chance of a full turnaround happening in that game. So just having that extra information that's there makes me want to get onto this even more. As you've seen the stats, hopefully, from what I've produced over the start of this season, apologies, I've not done October's or November's yet, with obviously all the new stuff that's coming through from Outplayed. Time's had to be dedicated to that more than to that side of things. So apologies that's not been on there. But I'd also then be looking at which leagues these games are from. So with this being a game in Germany, I know that the Bundesliga and German leagues this season have been really high on the percentage of stats of games going into a full turnaround from that side of things. So that would just give me even more reason to get onto that game. And odds of 9 and 9.2. Normally, I'd have only been doing probably about a £50 stake on that side of things because of the odds being a little bit higher. But now I've got this additional information, I'd actually push that to probably £75 for it because I know that the EV percentage is there over the long term for it. I know there's a decent chance of a full turnaround from there. Okay, 2% doesn't sound like an amazing chance, but trust me, with the way football is, that is a pretty good chance for it. So I'd probably increase my stake a little bit for it based on that. But that's just me personally. And again, the PSG and Monaco one that's just below there, that's an 8 o'clock kickoff this evening. PSG, for some reason, this season, again, this is all stats-based information that I found out myself, that I do a lot of looking into. Been absolutely dire this season, PSG. So to have Monaco going 2 up, there's a good chance for that based on how they performed this year, how PSG have performed this year. And again, I know it's an EV positive just from the figures that are there of 112.2 with a full turnaround chance of 2.57. Now, based on full turnaround stats that I've had previously, that is a really good full turnaround chance for it. And the odds match isn't too bad either, 6.5, 6.8. That's probably hovering around. Actually, I can do a quick calculation. Probably hovering around about the 95, 96% mark, which normally I wouldn't have looked at. I'm a person that will only go 97% matches previously for the 2 ups based on odds. So I would have probably brushed that to one side, saying, "Oh, the odds aren't too great on that." But now I've got this additional information, knowing that it's EV plus, so in the long term, it's going to be profitable for me, and also seeing that there's a 2.5, nearly 2.6% chance of a full turnaround as well. I'll be over that as well. 6.5 odds, I'd probably be doing about £75 as my stake on that. So having all this extra information through to us is again giving us a further edge over the bookmakers with regards to that side of things. So we're just flipping things more into our favour than what we've been able to previously. So we should see more profit coming from the 2 up side of things than what we have done in the past from that side of things. So yeah, it's a great addition to what we had previously with the 2 up side of things.
Yeah, you bang on with what you say there. Like with the German league, I mean, you can get like anyone in the top 3 of the German league playing anyone in the bottom 6, and it's been happening so many times this season that they've gone 2 down, and then they'll come back and win. And the same with PSG. You could put PSG against, I don't know, the St Andrews Grannies 11, and they'd probably still go 2 down. I don't know what they're feeding their defence on or what they're paying them, but their defence has been shocking. But luckily, they've got Umbop, who will always he's always going to get them out of an hole. But they have provided some big profits this year just by backing against them.
Yeah, bit scary how poor they've been this year. And like you said, Andy, the German Bundesliga this year, apart from Harry Kane banging in 17 odd goals, is it in his first 12 appearances? Bayern Munich have a couple of times they've gone 3-0 down, and then thought, oh, actually, we better start playing a little bit and come back and either drawn or won the game. So, been some weird results out in Europe this year. Even in the English Premier League this year, there's been some really strange ones. I mean, the Chelsea game
The
before
4-4.
the domestic break, 4-4. I had that down as a boring 0-0, maybe a 1-0, 2-0 sneak for City to come through from that. Not in a month of Sundays would I've had that down as a 4-4 draw. So yeah, there's been some strange football results. So that's why I still love getting on my 2 up side of things and getting on them, because there is money from there. We've got on here sort of somebody that, after watching Oz and Andy's last 2 up video, we've had 3 full turnarounds and made over £500. absolutely brilliant. And that's what's there. So yeah, it's the old boom on the boom train for that side of things. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, well done for sticking with it and going from there. It just proves just with 3 full turnarounds over. It's been a couple of months since we did a 2-up video, so probably got on 50, 60 games over that. But those 3 full turnarounds have put you into a profit. And this is what we're on about. It's exactly the same with the Extra Place Master. It's volume, 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 and then you will see the profit from it in the long term side of it. So yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I think one thing you should make a note of as well. I mean, it's giving you slightly worse matches with better chances of happening. Now, taking these worst matches, it's one thing I've always banged on about. If you can put me in any video, and I'll always bang on about taking these slightly worse matches. If you're doing like the amount of 2-ups that you do, keeping your account healthy is a big issue. And by taking these 95, 96% matches instead of the 97, 98s, and some people even take 99s and 100%, it's going to make your account live a hell of a lot longer, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, definitely. That's the major advantage from it as well on the 2-up master, is that it's not looking just at those close matches. It's looking at the estimated value, which, as it's a positive, get on it. If it's a 95% match, even if it's a 94% match, get on it all day long, because the long term it will be profitable. And exactly as Andy said, it looks like an awful match, so the bookmakers ain't going to look at it at all, and will just make your account last even longer. So it's a win-win situation. It really is.
This is a question, I think we've answered it a lot today, but those with existing annual plans, if you want to go and upgrade, yeah, you can. You will be refunded pro rata. All you got to do is just drop us a message. You can either email in, send us a messenger, live chat, phone call, whatever. But what I will do, I will put the contact pages down for you. So you can get in contact if you want to take us up on the very generous offer.
Yeah. The pro rata is only available on the pro tier subscribers side of things. So yeah, if you go into the pro tier, guys, has been asked quite a few times through the comments, there is a 14-day refund policy for it. So you've got that side of things. There is no free trial for it, but you have got the backup of the 14-day trial. We've got a monthly option available now, which I don't know what Sam had for breakfast or tea last night, but doing it at a really stupid price of £77 per month at the moment, which is an absolute steal from that side of things. So you've got the monthly option if you're still umming and ahhing from it. And if you do go to Pro Tier and you've got time left on your current subscription, best way at the moment is probably via email. And we'll get a pro rata refund worked out for you on that side of things, and get that whizzed back over to you as soon as we possibly can from that side of things. So yeah, no problem with regards to that at all.
A quick one I want to address, as is above, is each way no lay just gambling. You could say it is, but my way of looking at it is it's I've got the edge by using the EPM. I've got the edge. It's feeding in so many factors that even I couldn't possibly do them all myself. So it's the same as doing the 2-ups, same as doing casino. But we're doing it with the edge, and by backing all these horses with the positive EV, like Chris mentioned about 20 minutes ago, you could probably do 3 or 4, and they all lose, and you're going to end up at a loss. With them, it's a case of doing the hundreds and the thousands of them, trusting in the process. And then you'll have a really healthy EV graph somewhere down the line, be it months, 6 months, be a year, but you will see the results. But we will be, like Dom said to us this morning, from next month, They are going to be saving everything, so you'll be able to see full data sets. So that should give you a little bit more peace of mind, showing you how well it's working.
Oh, and just one very, very, very last point from myself as well is that with the Pocket Bet exchange, if you are sticking to extra places and laying them, we do now have shared liability available on Pocket Bet, which confirmed by them this morning with regards to that. So yeah, that's another feature that's happened in the past sort of few days, if you like, with regards to that. So it is working with regards to that. It is slightly different with the shared liability side of things in the fact that you need to have the balances in your account to be able to use the shared liability side of things. It's a bit of a glitch that's there at the moment, but it is being sorted out. But that's all being worked on. So we do now have Pocket Bet as a shared liability side of things. So yeah, absolutely fine on that.
Yeah, it's just a funny little glitch, and it sort of like takes the money away from you, then just gives it you back. But you've just got to have enough in there to cover it. It's just an oddity, but yeah, they're working on it.
Yeah,
I can see there's a lot of questions that are probably more newbie questions that have come through about extra places in each way, no lie. So as soon as we finish this, I'm probably going to go through this thread, and if you're new to extra places, I'm probably going to point you towards some training. I mean, there's somebody was asking about if there's 4 extra places, do you lay the 3? That's what you would do. Sometimes in the bigger races, you can see like Sky, they might offer 5. The other bookies will be offering 4 places. So you'd lay it in the 3 extra places, but don't think that the 3 extra places is all you're going to have to ever lay it in. Sometimes there might be a race where they're paying 6, in which most of the time you'll be laying that in the 4 place market. And again, you might be able to get him on where they're playing 5 places. And again, that might have to be laid in the 4. So it just does depend on the race. But I will point you towards the forum link, which shows you which bookie is paying how many places, so you can work out for yourselves. That's the only link I've ever used for extra places. All I want to know is which bookie is offering how many places, and that's the link I use, and it's all I've ever used. So I will put that.
And again,
we'll put that one in.
And again, if there's any sort of non-runners or anything that happen in those races, our guys on the forum are as quick as lightning to get that updated if it does need updating at all with regards to the amount of places that are being paid by a bookmaker. So it is updated as soon as we know from that side of things. So, and then the very, very last part that we've got on there, seeing website saying no live chat or phone lines Friday to Monday. Have an account query. What's best method, please? Either through Facebook Messenger or through email. Quickest way to get through to us. It's unfortunately we've got a bit of staff sickness at the moment, and unfortunately we've also got one of our members of staff on bereavement leave as well. So we are sort of trying to play catch up with everything that's been going on over the past week or so. So yeah, if it's an urgent thing, then Facebook Messenger's absolutely great. If it's something that isn't quite urgent but would like to be answered, then email would be best way on that side of things. And we are getting through pretty quickly from my side of things from CPS department. So I think, matey, unless there's anything else you want to add, that is us complete for another day.
No, I think we've covered everything there. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that one of those 2 bets comes in for a bit more money for Cooper Towers. But yeah, that's really it. If you've got any questions, even if you're watching this on catch up tonight, Saturday, Sunday, whenever, you can always post in the link below, because I will pick up the links and Oz will pick up the links, and we'll come back to you if you've got any questions. As always, just feel free to ask. We're always here to help you.
Yeah. Well, the one that I picked out, Andy, is Zaguli hasn't finished in the top 4 at all at the 2 o'clock at Ascot. The result just come through, so that had a bit of qualifying loss on that one, but to be expected, and to sit from that side of things, and then yeah, you've got your head covered here, Andy. The vet's bet coming off followed your lead, so fingers crossed for you and Cooper Towers, and for everybody else that did jump on that side of things.
As we did say about 10 or 15 minutes ago, it's about the hundreds and the thousands, just not the 2.
Yeah. Guys, thanks ever so much for your time this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. As always, if you have missed this live with ourselves today, it will be available on the forum for you guys, and be posted on Facebook again for you guys to watch through. And if you're struggling to sleep tonight and want to get off to sleep a lot earlier, put this on and listen to me and Andy waffle on for an hour at you guys, and hopefully it helps in that side of things if it hasn't helped at all for you on that side of things. So guys, thank you very much for today, much appreciated.
Yeah, I think it's been nice to be beyond at this time of day rather than 7 o'clock. I've really enjoyed this afternoon's live, so been great to see everybody. Any questions, pop them down below, but that's it from us. Ta-ra. See you later.
Take care, guys.